Okay, I am going to try to do this. I don't have a tripod, so it's camera set up on between books, so forgive me. Did not, oh crap, damn it, what did I do with the scissors? So, paper bag, cut, I don't know if you guys can see this, cut down this middle seam. And then you cut that edge and that edge. Do the same to the other side. Use the crease as your guide. Then we'll do this one. Now you should have an open book. This will be thicker because it's glued down. At 9 inches height, you still have a good inch at least on either side. Perfect. I'm hoping that I'm lined up, that you're seeing this. Then go out and this is a really rough measurement. I'm gonna add a few more inches. I'd rather have more paper that I can fold over than not enough. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Middle. We'll just say that that's it, and then we'll flap it down, and then I'm gonna give another 2 or 3 inches, cut out the handle portion, and then you start. I figured this out. You're going to want to do where the spine is a snip, and I'll look it up so you can see how I'm doing this. But it's, I hope you guys can see this. So you have like this little flap, and I made a slight angle in because this I'm going to tuck in to the spine. And then I have a pen. Do the same thing. And I'm just using a black pen, so if I get it on my book, it's not that end of the world, but you could probably use it. What? I gotta think out loud for a second. You could probably use a pencil and be just as effective, so I'm gonna make a quick angle. You can see I have a flap. Again, this is gonna go in. I don't know if I can make it a little bit more. Okay. Put my flaps down, and I'm just gonna do one side just so you guys can see how I do it. A fold is not exact, so you just make a cut. Up, and same thing on the other side. Ideally, you don't want to get any tape on that paper. I know with painter's tape you're supposed to be able to, but it just doesn't work out. So I'm gonna cut this down a little bit more. And then you kind of wrap it like a present. And the hard part for me is we have such a big spine. So I'm going to make my angle and another angle. Probably could have done more. Get that snug to my board of the hardcover as I can. Get that, probably get the painter's tape ready to go beforehand. And then just tape it down. And with this one and this one, you're actually just going to tape it to this little bit right here. And I hope you're able to see this. I hope I angled this right. So the idea is you want it, again, you want it as snug, the paper as snug to the spine as possible. And then I'm gonna leave that there and tie it and tape it down to the other side. We do the same thing on this side. See, when it goes like that, and this is why chonkers are not fun. I'm gonna do a little bit there. And then there. And then I'm gonna show you this should, I might have to split it in half, should fold right in between the spine and the book. And this will go right in between. If you've done it tight enough and you've done your snips right, it should go right between the spine and the book. And this is why I don't think it works. Ooh, I got that. I'm gonna have to do some work with that. But that's one half of how I wrap the book, to give you guys an idea. Okay, thanks. Okay, so this is the wrap up, the final of, I've done both sides of the book. You can see this. And this is the other side. And this is the spine. So if you're looking at this, none of the cover is visible, and none of the pages are covered. So once it goes onto my weighted system, I should be able to spray it without a problem. Okay, so now we're on to the spraying part, and this is a fresh book. I shared some videos in a Facebook group about doing this, and it was sort of a piecemeal type thing. Normally you would clamp these together, clamp the wood clamp. Fortunately, this book is a trunker, so it does not have I don't have a clamp that is big enough to take care of it, so I'm going to do it this way instead. And I did it with a test book to see how it would go. So just give you an idea. Bright reflective finish, Craft and Hobby Imagine. After testing out 2 different kinds, this seems to be the best with a coating over it. All right, so let's... I'm probably going to have to do 2 coats of this. All right. Now we're going to do this one. And you're going to want to get straight on is really the key. All right. I think this is fairly good. I'm going to do one more where I see we're good. And now I'm going to let it dry for 2 hours. Okay, so I think this is the 3rd part where I was debating whether or not to do a 2nd coat of gold, and I don't think I need to. I think that's fine as is. And I'm just going to check. No bleed through. Pages aren't sticking. You looked at a brick while I did all that. No bleed through. Pages aren't sticking. Looks good. I do want to take a quick look at, see, my thumb has that gold. So we're going to do a sealant on it right now. Okay, so this is 2 coats, and I really am liking the gold. See that little spot there? I'm going to point it out. That is why you want to sand the pages with a low-grade sandpaper, which I did not do. But I like this, and I'm going to test it to see how tacky it is. Not tacky at all, but I am getting a little glitter on my fingers. So I'm going to pause it so you guys don't have to watch me move this all. And we'll see how it goes, and then I'll do the coat and see how that works. Okay, so I'm just gonna doing this with one hand. I need a little tripod-y thingy. As you can see, it didn't bleed through any of the pages. I did get a little tiny bit of bleed through right there, but I'm not as worried about that. The thicker books have that really heavy cardstock almost on that front page for me. So I think this really worked out well. No complaints so far. And then I'm gonna pause it and show you which ones I used. So this was the gold Imagine, Craft and Hobby Imagine Bright Reflective Finish for wood, metal, and glass. Metallic champagne. And now I'm going to try this coating on it, and we'll see how it works. We went with satin. We could have gone with matte, but we went with satin. So I'll pause it, move my low-tech stuff to the box and everything to the front of the garage so I don't spray anything that I shouldn't be spraying, and come back in a few seconds. Okay, so I got the my bricks holding my book down. I swear this is so low tech. And now I'm about ready to spray the, ooh, it is stronger than the clear one. Good news is it's kind of dulling the glitter effect a little bit. And this is really just, like I said, to seal it in so I don't get as much residue flaking off. All right, I've moved my low-tech spraying table inside the garage so it will dry a little bit better. But you can just get an idea of what it looks like. And you want to know how low-tech this is? It's hanging out on my garbage can. So we'll come back out in a few hours, probably after dinner, and I'll check on it or first thing tomorrow morning. Okay, so it looks like the trick, guys, is that sealant that I did. So this is, pages got a little sticky. I had to do this a few times. But you can see my thumb doesn't have any of that gold flaking on it. So that sealant is the trick. And we're gonna look at it. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good, except for that one paper spot. And looks fairly good.